Hello, hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. We weren't sure if we speak Hebrew or English or French.
We started in Hebrew. So it's wonderful to see everybody. My computer is doing all sorts of things. And we're here today. I'm Karni Zor.
I'm Gafnit Salvi.
I thought, of saying a few words about our names because it's interesting. Someone asked me today, what is Gafnit? What does it mean? Yes. And a few days ago, we were in an interview together in the radio here in Israel.
Yeah.
And the interviewer asked me what is the meaning of my name, which is also special, even in Hebrew.
Yes.
So first of all, to say that our names are in Hebrew.
And they're unique, they're not...
And they're special even in Hebrew.
Yes.
And
yes. They're not common.
No.
And you know that in some country you have a book of name,
and
you need to choose from the book.
Really?
Yes, like in Germany, you can't have a new name.
Wow.
At least it was like this in the White House. A few years ago they told us you can't choose a name that you want when you have a newborn baby. But in Israel, all names are possible.
Maybe it's part of the free yourself from yourself because yes, because luckily we're a new country.
Yes.
So there is permission.
Yes.
For new names.
Yes.
And the names also hold meanings.
Yeah.
So Karni is actually my ray of light in Hebrew, and it also can mean God's ray of light.
Yes.
So I actually like the meaning of my name.
Yeah.
And Gafnit has to do with the vine.
I
right?
also like my name. It's to do with vine. It's the feminine vine.
Wow. Form of a vine. Amazing.
Yes.
So this is a good opportunity to ask you for your name. So say hello. Say your name in the comments. We can't hear you, but we will know that you're with us when you're commenting. And please state where you're from. If you want, you can also free yourself from yourself and write something special about yourself that you might not usually
about your unique name.
Yes. So Claire is here. Oh, Claire, hello. So good to see you. I missed you with our meetings. There was a circle of ladies from all over the world.
Whoa.
And please remind me, Claire, you're from Scotland, right? Am I mistaken? Beautiful, beautiful place. So whoever is here, say hello, say your name, and it's great to see you. So today we're going to talk about freeing ourselves from ourselves. Last time we freed ourselves a bit too much. We entered this live webinar before everybody, an hour by mistake, of course, before everybody. And sorry. I think that the amazing thing is that we felt that we don't have the connection with people. Yes, Scotland. Yes, the Isle of Skye. So beautiful. I see Claire's pictures sometimes.
I just got pictures from Scotland today.
Amazing.
Yes, it's so beautiful. And I read a book now about Scotland.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So freeing ourselves from ourselves.
Yeah, and why do we want,
how did we get into this subject?
Yes.
So
and where are we going to actually have a workshop about it?
So we're going to have a workshop in Costa Rica, December 3rd till December 12th. And it's going to be amazing. And I actually just came back from beautiful, beautiful Costa Rica a month ago. And when we thought about the title of the workshop, it immediately clicked in that we're going to do a free yourself from yourself workshop. And I'll say hello to Judith. Hello, Judith, who says hello to us. And it's interesting, Judith, you know that it was the conversation with you that made us start today with introducing our names. So thank you, Judith, for this addition.
Yes.
So we're going to give a retreat in Costa Rica, and everybody's welcome to join us. And Costa Rica is the land of freedom, of jungle, of wild. It's an opportunity to go out of our usual habits and to free ourselves from ourselves. And also after this crazy year and a half, which was the opposite of freedom. Exactly. Then we thought that freedom is a very, very important subject. But then we thought, okay, it is a subject to revolve around towards the workshop, and also just to spread good vitamins and tips and ideas about it. And last time, if you didn't see it yet, we did kind of a journey through history and through nature about people who freed themselves and from the history, created new things, unique things. And today we're here actually to give some practical tools about freeing yourself from yourself, but also to ask your questions, ask you for your questions. So if you have anything that you'd want to ask us about how to free yourself from yourself, if it's emotionally, mentally, from the past, from maybe the family that we grew up in, or the environment that we had as children, or from the country that you were in, or how to free yourself from the duty that you took from your function. You know, it can be something in work. It can be being a daughter, being a parent. You know, we have so many things.
We are so committed.
Yes.
We are so committed to so many things, and it does not say to leave everything and everything will fall apart. It just say, let's come to it from a new place in ourselves and see what is the relevancy of things. Because sometimes we are committed, but then we realize that there is no need anymore to be committed. And maybe I can start with a story.
Yes, I'm looking for
a card.
A specific card, which is this. Can I show it for a moment and then we can start? Sure. Because as Gafnit said, freeing yourself doesn't mean letting go of all commitment, and this is very important. We don't say go wild. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is a card from my astrological card. I hope that you can see it. And it has a juggler in it. And the reason this juggler can juggle so many balls in the air is because it has a steady base and he knows how to stand still. So it's a combination actually of stability and a steady core within. And this allows lots and lots of flexibility and freedom from outside. So today we're doing these series about how to free yourself from yourself. But I think we might also need to do a series about how to be balanced and stable, which actually goes together in an amazing way.
Be in a movement. Always be in a movement if you want to be balanced.
Yes.
So, and before the story is, it's important clue because everybody have this sense of, living everything like just let go, dropping. But then, we, as it say, don't drop the baby with the water of the bath. When you make him a bath. The idea is that when we will have the standards and values, this will help us to let go of things that they have no need anymore in our life. And it also came in the radio program that we had, like in a couple life, if people have difficulty, and we all change from day to day, and we all need to argue, stretch things. We all have different rhythm, different need, different, being tired, being awake, being everything. But we spoke about going to the deep reason why we do what we do, and keeping the standard and uplift our standard even. And we can see how much in this time standards are really drop off in all matters. People allow themselves to do things that can harm somebody, and do no harm. It's really important standard. So I want to tell a story that I heard today. Someone called me and we spoke about the talent of arts, but not the people who are born with the gift of arts and talent, but the people that can actually take a piece of paper, take a chalk, or go in the woods and find some branches and start to make something out of it, because we are all artists. And she told me that she, at certain point of her life, when she was in puberty, she developed the art of dancing and singing and music and drawing and conversation and she said, but you know what was the key point there? That she was in school, and she was very popular. She had many friends, and everyone chose her to be the spokesman of the class. And one day, some of the girls decided to ignore her, and she was in a shock. She couldn't understand that it could happen, and she decided that instead of going internally and feel, such a bad feeling, she will teach herself to do so many things that she open and she generate into the dancing and the music and the art and the speaking and the drawing and the walking in nature. And she said that out of this difficult moment that she had, and she still remember it very well, and it was not long. Sometimes it's getting into a long position of being unwanted and unliked. She developed so much, and sometimes from these hard things that happened, now she's not there anymore. She's in what else she can do, which is like the hand. She can do now so many things that she didn't even knew that she have the spark in her life. So I thought it's very relevant to actually see the internal processes that sometimes something happened, and all of a sudden we discover our strengths and in so many different territory. And it does not say that she's a master of dancing and but she has this pathway that liberate her. And it was beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful story.
Amazing. I think of two things coming from your story. First of all, really to do something new, to do something different. And I'm sure everybody has a story about a time where they walked a different path, or they drew although they don't.
They cook although they don't.
There was a performance here in our village with a professional, very big musician, and he asked who from the public wants to come and sing, because we have very talented people here in our village. And there was a guy who stood up and sang, and he doesn't sing. But he did that, he stepped out of his box and
out of what we think is a box,
is his
like
box.
The people who know him,
Yes. And he said it was so liberating. And And if you want, you can think about something, it can be something that you, of course, once did or generally like to do, not something that you don't like, but something which is out of your habit and you would like to do today or tomorrow. It can be something small, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Please write it down and try it out. Okay, take something. If you want to write in the comments what you want to take on to do, and I am taking on tomorrow to sit and draw for 10-15 minutes. I do it sometimes, but I usually do not.
Yes.
And so if you want, you can write down.
I will play the guitar, which I didn't open for a few good months.
Wow, and you're also welcome to come and play the piano.
Oh
here.
my God. Oh.
Which is also a possibility. Wow, this is a huge story about the piano, by the way. It's a free yourself from yourself kind of story as well. I never learned how to play the piano, and a few years ago, already 15 years ago, I joined a seminar here in the village of musicians, and I didn't know how to play, but I just took a drum and did something small, and I think that the essences of music started to land. And I started to hear music, and something said, you need to have a piano. So I told my husband, we need to have a piano. So we said, maybe we'll start with, some electrical, something simple, not that expensive. And I did get it. And I just started to play.
Yes.
And something knew how to play the music that I heard, and my other hand started to do the chords that fit, and just music appeared. Very magical. I think it has to do with the free yourself from yourself, because I think that we have all sorts of callings, and sometimes we don't feel safe enough, or normal enough. Maybe it's not normal to follow these callings, but they can lead us to very, very special paths. Really.
Yeah, because we tend to judge ourselves and criticize ourselves and say, I didn't learn, how come I can play? But I mean, we have this sentence that when we are on the stage, and if the audience does not clap the hands, God is clapping the hands for you. But we are on the stage, even if we are not an actor or theatrical actors or opera singer, we are on the stage of life.
Yeah.
And when we feel a bit lonely, so we know we are not alone, because someone, somewhere up, is clapping their hands for us for every try we do.
It's so important, because people do such amazing things and have such amazing ideas, or music, or drawings, and then they start to calculate, I didn't get enough likes on Facebook, or no one will hear, whatever I'm wanting to share. And then they shut themselves down because they didn't get the feedback. And part of free yourself from yourself is also free yourself from what other people might say, or what you think what other people might say, and be free to really express yourself. And the confirmation doesn't come from other people. It comes from God. And usually, it's not that God opens a window and says, well done.
Maybe it does.
But I think part of God's confirmation is that we enjoy what we do, that more comes, that we are filled with inspiration. This is the confirmation. If it is happy, if it is connective, inspirational, then maybe it's a sign.
Yeah, it's a sign. It's a sign.
Yes. And Judith adds, free yourself from expectation. This is absolutely important. And Also want to say a quick hello to our friend Eleni from Cyprus. Hi.
Eleni.
Thank you for being here. And Steve from Greenland. From Greenland. From the Netherlands, which is very green.
Yeah.
Steve also learned astrology with me, and Judith learns astrology with me, so it's really good to have you here.
Yeah, I think this like process of freeing ourselves from ourselves is a very fine process.
Mm-hmm.
It's not robust, or it's not kind of with the hammer, you know.
Yeah.
It's very fine. It's like taking some leaves aside and, you know, looking at things with magnified glasses. But it's very fine process. It's not supposed to break us. It's not supposed to do a total transformation for us. It's a step by step, but it also need warmth and care to do so, because otherwise we can break ourselves into, you know, we need to then put the pieces of the puzzle together. So it's in an ecology, like, I haven't been in Costa Rica, but when Karni told me about it, you remember how it came, the topic, like tick, like the place can support such a process. And even though we have few
months to
go,
yes,
and we are starting now, and each one in their own countries, like Cyprus and Scotland and Netherlands and Canada. Make sure that the ecology you create to do the change is of warmth and kindness to yourself, and to encourage ourselves and not to be hard on us and kind of because it's not a must. We can live all our lives the same.
Yes.
But one of the things we thought that this time, and I think everybody feel, it's very unusual time. It's very new time. So how do you get new? Like when you go to a new party you've never been before with new people, you want to be in your best. But less expectation and less, you know, what people will say. But we are entering a new chamber of life. And for this, it's good to shade off some of the things and to choose what we want. And you know, sometimes when you move something small, it start to make like click, 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 click. Everything start to change.
You said some important things that I want to open. First about the warmth, but I'll go back to that later on. And loving yourself and creating a loving, maybe I'll do that first, and creating a loving environment around you. Because if we want to free ourselves from ourselves, we can imagine it as a little birth. We want to be born to something new. We want it like an egg that wants to hatch.
Yeah.
And so we can free our new selves from our old selves.
Yeah.
And this needs a really loving surroundings, right? When it's a process of birth, if it's a nest, then you have the mother there and it warms, you know, she warms the eggs. Or if it's a womb, it's a soft, watery environment. And I think the question of how not to be harsh on ourselves at the time of change is very important, because if we want to change things because we don't like something in ourselves, then everything that we radiate is not supportive of good personal development and growth, because, you know, what do you tell yourself? You tell yourself you're not good enough, and then the new self will hear, oh, you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And there will be a bigger not good enough you.
Yeah. And the bigger
hatching from the egg.
Yeah.
So how can we be soft with ourselves in these times of change? Because hey, life is so difficult anyhow these days. Why not be softer with ourselves and treat ourselves as children and be forgiving to ourselves as we, as children are, not minding. Because how can we also, we can't be immediately perfectly developed to our next stage.
Yeah.
We need some patience, some forgiveness on the way, because it will take time and
Yeah.
it's okay, really.
Yeah.
And it reminds me that as a teenager, and actually remained till I was 30, I didn't like my skin because it had lots of puberty activity, zits and whatever. And whatever I did, I tried to buy scrubs and try to peel my skin. And in the pharmacies you have lots of peeling, but it's rough and it's really not good. And then a cosmetician told me, you don't need to harm your skin. You actually need to nourish it and pat it with moisture and with love. And I think it's very important personal example.
Yeah, wow.
That how can you love something that you don't want, you want to change? So
because it serves us. It serves us until today, until the stage where we are, and therefore, when we say goodbye to it, we appreciate that it was part of the glue, part of the magic of life, part of what helped us, and so we want to say
yes.
How do you say
to bid it farewell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, yes, from the love, new things can happen. And if you just want to throw something away, then there is a vacuum. And a vacuum sucks in whatever is close by, which is usually what you just gave away. So it's like a mathematical law. It really won't work to just try to throw a habit away. And instead of that, we need to put in something new. And if we put in love and care, this is a very good start. And I say hello to Ashley. It's so good to see you. Ashley is not only one of my students, she's also a graduate of my astrology school. So it's wonderful to see you here, Ashley. So, and I wanted to say another thing that you said, but I want to open. I think it's critical and important. And it has to do with free yourself from yourself, because it's not about you. It's about the future. And if we're trying to do the change from the standpoint of what I need to change, or thinking about things personally, usually it won't work. And I think a big question that we need to ask is what the future needs, and to trust that something bigger is happening. And I think this is very important. And when we want to free ourselves from ourselves, maybe we want to actually connect to a larger point of view, and to something bigger, and to the greater good. So we want to free ourselves from our small point of view, from our egoistic self, and to connect ourselves to what is actually happening in the world. And I want to say something about what is actually happening in the world. And I think that we all experienced a year and a half of pause. And as I just said, a pause creates a vacuum. And it's really, really important. I think people are now starting slowly to awake to the reality that we are in a new future, in a new reality. We're in the starting of the future, of a new beginning. And inside of that, there can be lots of fear because we don't have the usual things.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks very, very dark. Okay? So it's like we're we're reaching an end of a tunnel. And many people feel that they're reaching an end of a tunnel.
Yeah.
Very pressured, afraid. It seems that options are limiting, okay? But the reality is that there is a turn in the tunnel. And you're seeing now that the tunnel, has no end in front of you. But actually, when you reach towards the end, you'll see that there is a turn there for you to take into a different reality. And I really want to bring this message of hope to people because many people now do not see the light. But and you can't see the light if you come from what you already know, because the future will not have what you already know. So you need to be available for this turn. And maybe in that you want to say a few words about the people that we helped a bit, as we only can, that are in huge darkness these days.
Yes. So one of the things we thought is that how do we check our own opinion about things and our own views about things? And a small story is that it's not a small story.
In freeing yourselves from ourselves.
How to liberate from some, opinions and views that was very good and serve us until this point. But maybe something need to be changed, updated, and renewed from this time on. And a small story is that we have friends.
We decided it's not small, it's a big story.
It's a big story. It's a big story, but we have friends in Lebanon, which is very near here. It's 1 hour drive from here.
Because we live in Israel. And Lebanon and Israel are neighbors.
Neighbors, like your neighbor when you're missing a coffee or tea.
Like New York and Vermont.
Okay, I haven't been there, but yes. So we got to hear about the crisis in Lebanon, which is very, very, very bad. And the people, the young people there, the old elderly people there, the people of Lebanon, the people that actually, it's a nation of Lebanon, they really, really suffer from a lot of things. Continue with the explosion that was there 1 year ago
in Beirut, the capital.
In Beirut, and it's going worse and worse and worse. That you can read about it. Please search and see that there is lots of information, but it's covered with other things at the moment. But there is people there who suffer.
Yeah, we'll put the link later on to be more aware about it and also donate for it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we decided to do something, to try. And for this, we had to change something in our mind about, Lebanon, we still don't have a peace process with Lebanon, but it's happening. And Israel is surrounded by countries that some of them are. There is a peace process, some of them not yet. But 2 years ago, we helped the children of Syria, because there was civil war there that was really causing great damage. And we had to do a change in our mindset. And this time it's happened again. We had to do a change in our mindset. And a group of young people from all over the world in the White Top decided to do little things, but to make a change. And the point is that we did for the New Year of Israel, and you want to buy a little gift.
The Jewish New Year was just a week ago here.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we did in our small village a New Year kind of little bazaar, and also donating money to send with UNICEF to the project of clean water in Lebanon, because they don't have petrol, so there is no running water, and it's a very, very bad and extreme situation. So it was amazing to explain to the little children, you know, not to make them heavy about it, but hey, we can help. A little help from a friend is a big help. And it's to change our mindset. And people that came and have a conversation, they said, but Lebanon, we don't have yet peace process with them. How come you? We said, look, peace is natural quality. It's not politically, you know, we are not governed by politically peace. We are making peace because we have friends there, and we know that children need water, like adults need water, like everybody need water, like a tree need water. So this was an incredible process for many people that actually approach us either on the Facebook or speaking with us to find out how to make the change, how to free ourselves from this views that we have that I want to help, but I want to help, you know, only specific. But when you open the heart, you understand that everybody need clean water, everybody. And so is medicine and lights and other things. So I think it was beautiful process inside a small village that became like a small light. And we call actually this process, we call it human lights.
Yes.
Because it starts from within.
Yes. And maybe to say a word about the White Top, which is the International Youth Template of Peace, which is an international youth movement that Gafnit started and is now working worldwide, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, we will also add the link.
Yes, to that. Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
Olga says, Shana Tova to everyone, which is Happy New Year in Hebrew. Let us set beautiful goals for the new year and be mindful of how we can make this world a better place. Definitely. Definitely.
Yes.
You know, it's interesting because in Judaism you say that you have 4 different New Years. And actually this goes with astrology, and we're heading towards one now. Because all the Hebrew Jewish holidays also revolve around the equinox, and we're heading towards the autumn equinox. And it's a time of creating balance. It's a time between Virgo and Libra. So it's organizing things. This is also what we see around us, that the trees free themselves from themselves by releasing the old leaves and the trees. And this is part of what we automatically also do with nature. I'm wondering if also people feel that you're now in time of putting things to place, getting rid of things that you don't want, wanting to have a clean slate around you. So if you do, first of all, let us know that you're also feeling this. And it's something that happens naturally during this time. So it's also a time that allows us to get rid of what we don't want in all levels.
Yeah.
So this is, and in order to prepare for the shift in the tunnel.
Yes.
To the new beginning.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so if we want to give some advice of how to free yourself from yourselves, then maybe we can go by the 4 elements. And if you start with the earth element, and you talked about creating the right environment. Yes, and there's so much knowledge now about and shows about how to make sure that your house is free of clutter, free of things that you don't want. You know, if you had a vase that you got, you know, from an aunt that you don't want, and it always just annoys you. You know, it doesn't need to be there, even if she will visit.
There is second-hand shop. They would love it. They would love it.
Exactly. And maybe change things around. So this is and of course, to actually clean your space. This is absolutely important.
Yes.
So this is in the physical earth element realm. And then we have the water element, which is our emotions. And now in the Jewish tradition also, we're towards Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day of the year, just after the New Year's, and it's time to say sorry.
Yeah.
So a time for
Forgiveness.
forgiveness, and a time to ask for forgiveness and give forgiveness.
To both yourself and others.
Yes. So
We say we don't wait for these
Mhm.
days, we do it every day, but there is a kind of a pillar of a
Yes.
day of forgiveness, and this is actually in a week time, means 4 days time.
yes, yes. So it's a, and also it's not just Judaism, because it's in the astrology of the year
Mhm.
towards the equinox. We have the Libra state, the Virgo state, and Virgo has to do with our inner organs also, because everything in astrology goes also with our body
Yeah.
parts. We have Aries for the head, Taurus for the neck, Gemini, hands and throat, Cancer is our lungs, and the heart of the Leo is inside, and Virgo is all the, the testicles and everything that puts things in order. So this is a time of digesting and putting things in order, and part of good order is emotional order
Mhm.
and cleanliness. So this would be a time really to see if you want to forgive other people, and this
Yeah.
has to do with emotional release, because we really use up lots of emotions and create emotional clogs
Mhm.
if we're holding on.
Like
Uh,
ice cube.
Yes.
So we need to melt them.
Exactly, melting. So this is emotionally.
Yeah.
Then mindsets and paradigms, as Gafnit talked about. I'm not sure it's easy to really understand how it is to be brought up in a certain kind of way with certain kind of stories and culture that becomes a part of your mindset. But here in Israel, we have lots of wars, and in Lebanon there are the people of Lebanon, but there is also terrorist group that actually now took over Lebanon, and this is why the
There is
people
a
of Lebanon
crisis.
are really suffering.
Yeah.
But these terrorist groups, again, not people of Lebanon, really they had attacks on Israel. So here we have the Lebanon War 1, Lebanon War 2, and when an Israeli now hears the word Lebanon, it automatically goes with war. This is the mind
Mindset.
connection. Yes. So, and I'm sure that for Lebanese it's the same. Yes. So we have, because we're now in the air element, and how to work on our mind and our brain, and the links that we have. Links can be, I am not good at something. This is something that you say to yourself, or someone told you when you were 6. Okay? Or yes, or I have to be.
Yeah.
Or this would not work.
Or it will not help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or something. This is not the
Yeah.
way to do things. So we have all sorts of mindsets, and freeing yourself from yourself is to start to realize what kind of mindsets and mental loops do we have, and to start to free yourself from yourself. Maybe stand in a different place. You say that the neighbor's grass is always greener. Okay.
It's a point of view.
And it's a point of view, because actually it has to do something with the sun reflecting on the grass.
Yes.
So go and stand on your neighbor's lawn. Take a look at your lawn if you have a garden. And if not, right, then stand in a different place.
Yeah.
Than where you are. Sit to eat in a different place.
Yeah.
Yesterday people don't go to a restaurant. But if you have a usual place where you sit, or you do, or at work, in our workshops, by the way, retreats, part of the things that we do, because we travel from place to place a lot, because we're moving from place, it's a very active retreat. The retreat to Costa Rica will be in 4 different locations, and almost every day we go and see something amazing. But I always tell people not to sit in the same place and not with the same person.
Yes.
And this is freeing ourselves from
Yes.
ourselves every
Yes.
day, because it's also, we get into loops so quickly.
So easy.
So easily something becomes a habit.
Of a habit.
Yes.
So brush your teeth with the other hand that you usually do it, or hold a cup of water in the other hand, or just put the hand of you on the shoulder of someone else, but not the hand you usually do it. All kind of things.
Yeah.
What are the first thing you say when you stand in front of the mirror?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not look so good. Oh, my hairstyle. Oh, complaints. But say, oh my God, I really love myself today, and also tomorrow.
and this is what I do, which is also to get, because it's also not simple to see myself
Yes.
in the video. So what I tell myself is, what you are saying is way more important than how you look. Okay? So please free yourself from yourself, because what you have to give to the world is so much more important than the boxes that you put yourselves in.
Yes.
So please free yourself from yourself so the world can gain you.
Yes.
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 And
because it's a state of mind.
Yes.
Radiating well-being and being pleased with the gift we got. It's a state of mind.
Yeah. Yes. And the last is the energy levels. And
Fire.
this is fire. And this is maybe something of a whole other meeting that we can give, is how to keep our aura, which is our energy field, clean. Yes, so it's a whole subject. We won't go into it now, but we can dedicate another meeting.
Yes.
If you're interested, let us know about that. So we said half an hour, and it's 46 minutes. And if people have some questions, please write it down. It would be wonderful if you can place a heart, share this video with friends so the message continues and resonates.
Yeah.
Please let us know if either you have now a question, or if there is something that you took from this conversation that you will want to be with during the next week, that is important for you, as it has value.
And if you want to come with us to Costa Rica, please register in the link.
Exactly. So we'll put the link to Costa Rica, because although it's in 3 months' time, the registration is now, and the early registration actually ends in 6 days, September 15th. And also, because of everything, it would be good for us to know as soon as possible that you're with us.
Yes.
And I'll put in the link with all the details, but you can also look for it at my site, which is anewastrology.com. There is a new site dedicated to journeys, which is mithrajourneys.com. And we would love to see you there with us.
Website as well, Gafnit
yes, and
Salvi.
gafnitsalvi.com. You'll see Gafnit's beautiful art and Gafnit's amazing book about how to sleep well, which is utterly important during these days.
Yes.
Maybe also has to do with how to free ourselves from
ourselves.
Yeah,
sure, because we have so many habits about this too.
Yeah.
And share with friends about this journey to Costa Rica, because there might be someone that really want to come, and they really want to come with you, but share it with others so they can join. And also the project of helping Lebanon friends. We will share the link.
We have lots of links to share.
Yes, and please grow your awareness about countries and people in need, because we have so much to give and share.
Yes. So we'll say goodbye for now, but add your questions even if you're seeing this after we're done, we're reading and we're taking into
Yes.
consideration your questions, your
Yes.
suggestions. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Till
Thank you for
soon.
joining. Be safe.
Yeah.